In 2014, our son, who was in 5th grade at the time, came home from school so excited to sign up for orchestra. He handed us the form to fill out to rent the instrument. And as we filled it out, we asked him, are all of your friends going to participate in orchestra? And he said, yeah, everyone who can afford the instrument rental.
We were struck in that moment that we wanted to do everything we could to make sure that every kid had the opportunity if they wanted it. Music education is super, super important, not only making musicians, but, for the development of math brains and confidence. And we just felt really strongly that we wanted to help provide that opportunity for any kids who wanted it.
We wanted to create not only a music initiative that would get the instruments into the hands of the kids, but also then would foster the music education of those kids who had that spark, that special something, or that drive and that determination to grow as a musician. So the second point of the music initiative was to have the teachers at the high school and middle school level nominate high school students to receive private music education. And when we really thought about it, it wasn't about turning them into musicians. It was really a desire to let them know that they are loved and they are seen and they are worthy of being in that music space and wanting to foster their love of learning of music.
So in the district, we have a need for rentals and being able to pay for rentals for all children. And Achieve and the Vanessa Pollock initiative have been instrumental, no pun intended, to help these young people have access to instruments and just have equity across the board, where there's no situation where a child can't start when they need to start or they want to start. People in the community that have a passion for music and educating young people at a young age in music should support to the Vanessa Pollock initiative, because you know that the money is coming from the heart and it's going directly from the heart into the hands of the child. There's no red tape. It's just a direct streamline, and that child's initially being affected for the rest of their lives.
The Achieve Foundation is the education foundation for the school district of South Orange and Maplewood, and we promote excellence and innovation in education. And access and equity is a big part of what we do. We really want to make sure that all programs are equally available for all students.
It could be a big expense. And parents are turned off a lot of the times and won't even talk about it to the kids. Well, you're not going to do that. They just ignore it altogether. And the kid just feels like before they're even introduced to an instrument, I'm not doing that because it costs too much money. So for us to have instruments available for anyone to use, every kid now has that opportunity, because I know as a parent, there's just some things that you can't do. And your kid may have a passion for it, but they never get to really discover that because money holds you back. Once we take that out of the equation and money's not holding people back, you open every door. We haven't had a kid that we've said, oh, this didn't work out with. Every single kid that's gotten a scholarship has gotten tremendously better, and you already start to see they're better at their scale. They're not intimidated by that scale test that comes up anymore. That's nothing. They'll get that in a month early. And then you start to see it happen in the songs, and they start to move up, and they start to get more confidence.
My name is Kimberly Dorville. I'm 17 years old. I go to Columbia High School, and I'm a senior. I first received the scholarship when I was a freshman in high school. I've been receiving the scholarship for about 3 years. This year will be my 4th. I do remember the moment that I got the scholarship. Mr. Van Beven called me over to his desk, and he just went on and on about how amazing I was as a cellist. And then he said he wants to give me the scholarship so I can receive free lessons. And that was honestly one of the best moments of freshman year for me. It made me feel very paid attention to, almost as if all this work that I was doing was actually for something, and it was nice to be looked at and seen, and it made me feel just good inside.
To give those students the ability through a private lesson to learn from a master teacher how to pilot the instrument better, then they come to the ensemble and then they can be even more musical. So because they have that foundation, right? So that's perhaps one of the greatest sort of byproducts of students who come through. Giving the students that exposure to really sort of say, well, here's how the brain functions and learns and makes new connections. They can learn that through their study of music, they can translate that into other aspects of their lives, whether it's learning something technical, learning something artistic, learning something just facts. If they can take the lessons learned from their experience with the VPMI scholarship lessons and translate that in other aspects of their lives, then I think we've done the right thing.
It's always amazing to be working with students on the one-on-one level and developing them as young musicians, whether they're going to music school or whether they're going to study something else or do something else with their life, but to instill that passion and that technique and all the things that go along with being a musician. You're a music student and you get a music degree, you're going to then eventually be a performer and a teacher, and then you're going to take the message of the one-on-one interaction and you're going to put your spin on it and you're going to do it. It's like a tree with a giant root structure. The branches are just going to start spreading out all over the place.
The effect I've seen from the Vanessa Pollock Music Initiative on kids that have received this award, non-musically speaking, has been tremendous. Looking at the kids in middle school, which is such a tumultuous time for them in terms of finding themselves, finding their own voice, every single recipient that I've seen of this initiative, they found their voice, and they found their voice very strongly. You can tell just from the way they present themselves, the way they walk, just the way they interact with others, that it's really like a completely different person.
The most successful kids have private lessons. There's no doubt about it. Some kids can't afford them, some kids can't get to them, and they're lost. They're going to be behind the 8 ball. Now they're on even platform. And then they go, well, I am just as talented. Maybe I'm more talented than I thought. And orchestra now isn't so much of a scary thing where I'm just trying to survive and fake my way through. Now I'm one of the leaders of the orchestra. I mean, in one case, one of the boys leads rehearsals when I'm sick. He can get up and run a rehearsal better than any sub could do it. That's pretty impressive.
Well, I was in the back of the orchestra because I don't really like singing in the front, kind of shy. And he called me over right before we were about to begin playing at his desk, and he told me privately that I was going to receive a scholarship. He saw something that I didn't see in myself. That teacher really helped me, taught me new techniques that I didn't even know existed. And even during class, even the teacher, Mr. VB, he teaches us these things a little later on. So it kind of gave me a head start. Now I'm in the front. And like, even when he's not here, I'm head of the class. I have to lead the rehearsals and take care of everybody like how Mr. VB would. I have a shy demeanor. I don't really like talking in front of people or talking in front of big crowds, and that lesson kind of helped me face that fear. Now I can just talk in front of a whole group of people without stuttering or having much of a problem. VPMI has allowed me to enjoy music more as an individual, and has even got me to help other people through music.
I think the biggest thing if you're going to donate to VPMI is that you change lives. This scholarship has definitely changed a number of kids' lives, even the ones that didn't go into music. We're going to have a girl that's going to become a music major this year on cello and has taken lessons for 4 years. And without VPMI, she would not have taken private lessons.
To have a mentor there to keep me motivated and to keep me playing and to keep me excited was what I needed in that moment to make sure I decided to be a music major, essentially, so.
The Vanessa Pollock Music Initiative just provides a great opportunity for all students to participate and experience music and musicianship and to build on and participate in that part of their education.
It makes an immeasurable impact in the lives of these students and to their character and to who they are as human beings. Everyone is so generous and so supportive of the arts and VPMI. We're able to do so many amazing things with these kids. It's quite extraordinary.
I think people should donate because it'll help students like me to become better at what they want to do. It's taught me to speak up and not be as shy as I used to be. Music, it brings us together.
People should donate to this initiative because it has given me so much, to be honest. It has helped me in so many different possible ways. It has given me a support system I didn't know. It's given me people who believe in me that I didn't have before. It gives kids who feel as if they're not seen, they know they're seen, and they know that what they're doing is good. I went from a kid that could barely read music but was playing the cello at a high rate, supposedly, to now someone I can read music. I'm in AP music theory. My whole life is turned something into something about music, and it's it has helped me in so many ways. And if I did not receive these lessons, I wouldn't be the same person I am. So I feel as if people should donate to this to give kids like me the chance to be something greater than whatever their dream was then.
We just want to say thank you to everybody who's donated to the VPMI over the years, and just tell you how touched we are that people have partnered with us, the community's partnered with us, business have partnered with us to go on this journey, and how excited we are to continue this for another 5 years, and 5 after that, and 5 after that. Thanks so much.
Thank you from the bottom of our hearts.